You gotta start somewhere. It's not very good, but at least we got something on the board.
See if we can start beefing these babies up. Definitely not what I thought was here.
That one?
Yep.
Oh, nice one. Oh, better get the net for that baby.
Gotta grab the net. Oh, that's a big one. Uh-oh.
Nick in all his gear.
Nice.
That's what we're looking for.
That is what we are looking for right there. Nice.
Look at that.
That's a big bad boy. I had him earlier, and I threw back out there, and I was like, oh.
Beautiful.
I was hoping I was going to grab him again.
That's what we're talking about.
Well, it always feels good to reel in a fish, but when it's that big, it feels even better.
He's got 300. The only thing I caught was mustard. All right, big round of applause right there. Let's have a big round of applause for our new leaders right now. Find out if we're going to take the lead right now. You and all, you catch them all, I just catch the biggest one. No, you do, actually, you're right. 8:20, you took the lead. Great job, and Nick Edwards. What do we got there, Waymaster? 10-4. 10-4. Not take the lead, but man, was that close. Ladies and gentlemen, Wayne Primo, Frank Prince, you gotta hold up the fish for us, guys, for the pictures.
There we go.
Oh, there you go, small. You got him good?
Well, we got them good today. The camera boat came up and sort of helped us out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause. Cheer out there. 16 pounds. Craig Butler and Mr. Craig Butler.
Your new leaders, by far, Mr. Brian Skinner from the NBA.
There we go. Oh, that looks pretty big, Brian. I don't know, man. Oh, they got a monster in there, buddy. Two monsters. Yeah, 17-20. 17-20.
The Celebrity Showdown champions right here.
Craig Butler and Dwayne Butler are here for them. Second place. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2008 Celebrity Showdown champions, Danny Dunn
and Brian Skinner. Right on.
It's time for Motor Guide Tackle Box.
Hi, my name's Danny Dunn, and I'm going to show you two baits that we use to catch those great fish today on Lake Scugog. I'm also going to show you a little trick to rigging them. The first one that we used was a white sluggo with a 5/0 offset hook. Now, sluggo's a great surface bait and a great search bait, but what I did today to rig it a little differently to give it a little more action was to Texas rig it, put the hook through the bait, and then feed it back through. You can see that the offset of the hook is further down the bait. What that now is that there's a little bit of movement in the front of this bait. A sluggo will normally, if you rig that hook a little further to the front, what it'll end up doing is just dart. By giving some little play in the nose, what it'll do is it'll turn and dip and dive. And today that really seemed to get the fish pretty excited. The second bait that we used was a flipping jig. And for the trailer, what I decided to do this time was to do what they call short rig it. And that's to take the actual trailer and rig it way up on the hook. Another thing that you can do is to long rig it, and what that means is just short it, and what happens is it gives the bait a longer profile, So that way when you're swimming the jig along, it'll undulate back through the water and look like a crayfish actually swimming. Another thing that's a staple on a jig, especially on Lake Scugog in the dirtier water, is a little rattle. I like to have a little bit of noise. So what we were doing was throwing the jig at all the obvious cover, and in between the obvious cover, we were using the slug as a search bait. When a fish would jump up on the slug and miss it, we'd follow up with the flipping jig, and that was our 1-2 punch today.
Well, there you have it, guys. The 2008 Celebrity Showdown. Brian Skinner finally won it, Ron.
Man, every year he's been here and he finally clicked it, eh?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a guy that definitely deserves it. He's been coming out to support the event year after year. Good for you, Brian. And Danny Dunn, congratulations for the 2008 July 1st Celebrity Showdown.
Nothing better. Princess Margaret Hospital.
You got it, buddy.
Good job, bud.
Fish TV, brought to you in part by Tracker Boats, fish the finest. TJ's Pets, next to you, we're your pet's best friend. And Fraybill, innovating the outdoors.